We're going to talk today quickly about geometric sequence. I'll give you a couple of reminders. When you multiply by the same value over and over again, we can write that as, in this case, 3 to the 5th power, because there's 5 3's multiplied together. We also, in the past, have talked about an arithmetic sequence, and that would be a sequence where you add the same value over and over again. So we add the same value over and over again. To find a certain term in that sequence, we would take the first term, that a sub 1 is the first term. We would add what we call the common difference over and over again. And we would do it n minus 1 times. So for instance, if you wanted the 100th term, that means you would have added this value of d 99 times, because 100 minus 1 is 99. So we're going to take that same kind of general idea and apply it to what we call a geometric sequence. The difference is, instead of having a common difference where we're adding or subtracting the same value and over again, we have a common ratio, which means we are multiplying and dividing by the same number. To find a certain term in that sequence, we do the same thing. We start with a sub 1, which is the first term in the sequence, and we're going to multiply it by the common ratio. And again, we do that n minus 1 times. So if I want the 100th term, that means I will multiply it by r 99 times. Now I'm going to give you 2 quick examples, and I think that you'll probably get that. In this particular case, we look first to see if maybe it's an arithmetic sequence. So this would be plus 3 plus 12. No, we know that's not it. So now let's see if we can multiply or divide. Here, I can times 4, times 4, times 4. An easy way to do this is to work backwards. Take the second term and divide it by the first term. Then take the third term, divide it by the second term. Take the fourth term, divide it by the third term. Those all equal the same thing. That's all 4. So my common ratio here is 4. So each time to go from the next term to the next term, multiply by 4. So in this case, if I want the next 3 terms in the sequence, I just keep multiplying by 4. So 64 times 4 is going to give me 256, and then I have 1024, and then 4096. Okay? If I wanted a certain term in the sequence, let's not make this too large. Let's say that I wanted the 12th term in this sequence. I would start with my beginning value, which is 1. Then I'm going to multiply it by my common difference, which is 4. But instead of doing that 12 times, I'm going to do it 12 minus 1, so 11 times. And then just tap it into your calculator, and this is what you get. Okay? So I want you to pause the video and try this one. If you set up the ratios, 3 over negative 9 is negative 1/3. Negative 1 over 3 is negative 1/3. 1/3 divided by negative 1 is negative 1/3. And negative 1/9 divided by 1/3 is negative 1/3. So my common ratio is negative 1/3. Now you'll notice when your common ratio is negative, you'll notice that your signs go back and forth from negative to positive, negative to positive. Okay? Now, to find the next 3 terms in the sequence, I'm going to just continue to multiply by negative 1/3 each time. So when I take negative 1/9 times negative 1/3, I get positive 1/27. Then my next term is going to be negative 243. And the next term is going to be positive 2187. Again, if I want a certain term, again, let's not make it too large, just make it the 13th term in the sequence. I'm going to start with the very first term in the sequence, which is negative 9. I'm going to multiply it by a negative 1/3. And I'm going to do this 13 minus 1 times, which is 12 times. If you tap that into your calculator, you will get negative 1 over 4782969. And that is it.